I know there are a lot of you who are like, Chazz, I want to travel around the world. I want to go everywhere. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to the Caribbean. I want to go to Japan. I want to go everywhere. But I can't do it. Help me, please. Well, that's what I'm here for. Most of you cannot go where you want to go for only two reasons. One is your job doesn't pay you enough to save any money to go anywhere. Number two, your job doesn't give you enough time to go anywhere. That's the boat that most people are in. Otherwise, you would have already traveled. Don't worry, I have a solution for your problem. Quit your job and travel. Yeah, that's right. I know that sounds really irresponsible. Quit your job and travel. Chazz, I got bills. Chazz, I got child support. I got you. Don't even worry about it. We're going to go through some of the reasons why you don't quit your job, and I'm going to show you how you can do it. The first thing you have to do is figure out what's keeping you at your job. Is it my insurance that I don't want to lose? Is it my vacation that I done stacked up for a little minute? What is it that you're doing at that job or that you feel like you're getting from that job that you just don't want to lose? You got to figure that out and then figure out what to replace. So if you have things at your job that you don't want to leave behind, what you want to do is halfway quit. There ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. That was a little rap song you may not have heard. But you want to halfway quit. What do they talk about? Quiet quitting? Well, take it a little step farther. Instead of quiet quitting, just halfway quit. What is halfway quitting? Halfway quitting is when you start looking at all of the ways that you can retain everything from your job without actually going to work. Now, how is that possible? You would be surprised. Most of the time, your job, even though they probably don't really care about your mental health, they have to pretend to care about your mental health. And going to work every single day may be endangering your mental health. You may be able to get documentation of the fact that it's endangering your mental health, which means now you can work from home. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you have an opportunity to retire from your job, but you just didn't even know about it. There are probably multiple things that would help you to stop having to go to work every single day, but still be able to retain the things that you care about at that job that you never looked into. Look into the policies of the place that you work. If your place of business has no policies of that nature, if you have no way to not come to work every day and still be able to get anything, you probably want to quit that job, period. Why is that? Because you got to ask yourself the question, well, what if I do actually run into a problem where I got hit by a car or I was walking down the street and a dog bit me? If my job doesn't allow me to work from home, if my job doesn't allow me to be in a situation where I don't have to be in this stressful environment every single day and still be able to collect money, I probably need to invest my time in something else because I'm going to be out of a job and I'm not going to be getting that insurance. I'm not going to be getting whatever it is I think is so important in that job at some point anyway. The job situation is just too volatile. So either there's going to be some kind of a loophole where you can find yourself, kind of chilling at the crib but still getting paid, or your job sucks too bad to even stay there. You might be stuck at your job because of excess baggage. Your excess baggage may be your house payment, your car payment, and some other things that you feel keep you glued to the place where you currently live. That is understandable, but it's not something that you cannot work around. If you are traveling, especially if you are traveling all year long or most of the year, that means that you are not using most of the things that will glue you to a certain area. How can you use your car if you just went to Japan? How are you using your house if you're in Kenya? Not possible. So that means that you can use your assets to help you. The excess baggage may seem really difficult to deal with, but the solution is actually pretty easy. If you are traveling to Kenya or you are traveling to Japan or somewhere else, that means that you can't use your house. That means that you can't personally use your car either, right? So that means that these are things that you can make money off of. If you own the home, you can make money off of it. So you're not trapped in it. You can use it as an Airbnb. You can rent it out to somebody if you so choose to. And that is how you can get the money back off of your home. And you can even probably make a little bit of cash on the side. You can also Turo your car, You don't have to actually be in a situation where you are paying for these things that you are no longer using and being forced to stick in a certain place in order to use them or in order to be able to afford them. You can cast those things to the side, or you can use them to make money off of. You can sell them or whatever. You can use them to make money off of and bring income that will help you travel rather than have those as things that hold you back from traveling. A lot of you feel like you can't move around because you have prior commitments. You got your kids' school, you got volunteer work, you got college classes that you are taking. And you are so rigid in your thinking that you feel like you have to be in a system in order to do those things. The solution to that problem is simple. If you got kids in school, homeschool. If you're taking classes, if you have a school that you can't take any of your classes online, you probably are not going to an accredited university. You're probably going to a low-tech school or something is wrong with that place. So you should be able to take classes online. That's what you could do, and you could travel around. So it's not a situation where you're stuck anywhere. Most of the time, anything that you have is mobile. Anything that you do can be moved outside of the environment that you have always been taught you are stuck in. So your kid's school, that is a building. That doesn't mean that you have to keep going there in order for your children to be educated. You can get on OutSchool, and it works anywhere. You can get on OutSchool and have your kids work and take classes there. And there are plenty other schools that you can get on that are online schools that your child can be a part of and give them an opportunity to still take their core classes while also studying and learning while abroad. This is a big one that a lot of y'all are probably like, Chazz, you didn't bring this up. Income loss. Oh my goodness. Well, if you live in the United States of America, guess what? You live in one of the most expensive countries in the entire world. That means that 99 times out of 100, if you go somewhere else and stay for an extended period of time, your bills are going to be a lot less than whatever you were paying here in the United States. That's just the way it is. So you may feel like you're going to lose a huge income and you need to replace that. But most of the time, you really don't need to replace that entire income in order to live how you were living in the United States. You only need to replace a fraction of it in order to live exactly how you were living in the United States. And to do that, really all you have to do is, we talked about halfway quitting, but even when you want to fully quit or you want to move on to something else, all you got to do is find an online hustle that's a fraction of what you have. And most of the time you can do it by creating content. You can do it by so many of these online programs, whether it's affiliate programs, things of that nature. There are so many different programs. I'll put some links in here for y'all to be able to look at too, where you can actually make money without ever going into a physical location other than, I guess, your house is a physical location, but you don't have to go anywhere to make that money. So you can easily replace your income in most cases. Of course, this one is something you may not have thought about, but a lot of us have community ties, whether they're to family members, friends, schools, volunteer groups, things of that nature. Well, the cool thing about it is when you're traveling around, you start inspiring others. People who never thought about traveling a day in their life. Your grandma like, baby, I ain't never been outside of this city and I don't plan on going. When they see pictures of you in Dubai, you will be surprised how quick they go, you know what, I'm thinking about getting on a plane, baby, before I pass. A lot of times it will be like that because they never thought of it because they don't know anybody who travels. Now you become the beacon of light for everybody else. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. You can make somebody feel comfortable, so now your family members start visiting you. Some of the people that you think you're leaving behind, you can actually coordinate trips with them. You could be the person to get everybody getting outside of the city, getting outside of the community, and you could have a wider community by doing that. So you don't have to just be like, oh, well, the only way I'll be able to see my auntie, the only way I'll be able to see my brothers and my sisters is if I stay in this community. Nah, you don't have to do that. You could travel all around and you could bring your family with you.